Mariel, welcome to She Blossoms 2024. This initiative addresses the issues of low self esteem, self sabotage, and emotional struggles that many young women face. Through interactive activities, personal stories, spiritual guidance, and self affirming exercises. Of course, the initiative seeks to foster its participants' self love, confidence, and resilience. Helping young women recognize their worth equips them with the tools to thrive personally and professionally. The core of She Blossoms is rooted in self discovery, emotional healing, and building an unwavering belief in oneself. Through events like the picnic and confidence dinner, the initiative creates an environment where participants are supported in understanding their challenges, letting go of past emotional burdens, and embracing their true potential. So, watch and be
2025 is
blessed.
coming. December is a time to reflect. How was my 2024 like? What did I do? What did I achieve this year? What can I do next year to ensure that my life gets better? You challenge yourself, you put in things that will challenge you. But usually people with low self-esteem, we are just there, okay, let it, even January come, it has come. One day at a time, sometimes we want to use, yes, one day at a time is good. But sometimes it's important that we embrace new challenges. What can I do better? What can I do next year? What can I do? What course can I take to add to my journalism, to add to those who are in communication, so that in 5 years, 10 years, when they want to talk of experts in that field, you are that expert. But usually we just want to be in that comfort zone. Another aspect of social esteem is overthinking and self-criticism. Sometimes we spend time, I'll use a clear example. You go somewhere, something happens, you come back, you're trying to think how you behave, how do I behave, how did I greet, how did I, it's like I did not speak English well. You start thinking that, there was somebody around me that she spoke well. Did I speak well? Did I dress well? Okay, so this other person is dressed like you start your overthinking. And thinking is good, visualizing is good, but that one is not visualizing. That can get you to depression. So that's a sign of low self-esteem. Begin to suspect everybody around you. Sometimes God will just send you genuine, loving people who will just love you. People with low self-esteem, they don't accept love. Trust me, there's this saying that people, the heart of man is wicked, people are bad. But me, I say that they are good people. I'm still of that believe that I've had people who have hurt me, I've lost a lot of things, but I tell myself that they are good people because I've met good people. And so when people come, people want to just show you love. So people come around you, people are just want to be genuine, you start suspecting, this man like that, as he's showing this love, that are you sure that he doesn't want to tell me something? This woman like that, she wants something from me. And sometimes we lost good relationships because we become too suspicious about everybody around us. We are too careful. Yes, being careful is good. But trust me, that's a sign of low self-esteem because you feel like you don't deserve love. Meanwhile, you're a nice person that there's somebody that don't want to love you for nothing. Somebody wants to just support you, your things that you do. You keep the things you don't want to share. You're struggling with things that the moment you tell person A, that person can come up with a solution and then that thing becomes big. But you realize that you're in that corner and it limits you. So people with low self-esteem, they don't accept love. You grow up, people tell you that you cannot do it. You cannot. So that's
Just call the name.
so subconsciously these things build you up. So like I said, our past experience. Sometimes some of us we grew up with uncles and aunties, the way they treated us, the kind of words that they told us, it shaped how we see life. Our parents even subconsciously they will tell you that they don't pick
You and nobody is born with it. You weren't born with low self-esteem. Nobody was born with high self-esteem. It is developed maybe through your childhood experiences or middle age experiences, career. Just like Chef mentioned, I don't want to go into because it's been too many. But in our context, for instance, in our African context, low self-esteem usually comes from behaviors, stemming from the behaviors of third parties in our environment. Neglect, lack of compassion. You will child going through something, for instance, from childhood, let's take from childhood, and instead of maybe your parents telling you, oh, sorry about that, get up, you can do better, and say, "Look over there, that's just small thing, you cry." So just from that, it starts, putting something in that child. You do something really great, nobody wants to applaud you, they don't want to appreciate you. They say, if they celebrate you, you're going to become proud. No. So you go through life thinking that you are not good enough. You go through life thinking that, in fact, you have to do everything to prove your worth. So you give in your all, people mistreat you, you still want to please them. You go out of your way to want to do things that people want you to do. Even if you don't want to do it, you just want to do it because you're looking for validation, you're looking for a good thing, and it helps you build your esteem. Now, every woman has a story. Your story is your voice, and your voice is your power. When you keep quiet, when you keep quiet and don't speak out, don't tell your story, or speak out in any form, you bottle in emotions. And those emotions that you bottle in, unexpressed emotions, become resentment. They can translate into resentment. You can develop migraine. You can develop nerve problems because of the emotions that you have kept in for a long time. But when you speak out, you embrace change. You release energy, and speaking out, you're giving another person the ability to thrive, the ability to see themselves through your story. That is why I want us to today, in fact, let's demystify this low self-esteem. Let's just shatter it and kick it out of our lives, right? Let's kick it to the curb. Because it's a burden when you're working through life with all the things that people have said about you. They say nice things about you, you feel good. When they say negative things about you, you feel bad. It plays on your emotions, on your esteem, or it affects your confidence, it affects your performance, it affects even your mental health, how you relate to other people, how you see life. It can even make you pick up habits that are not true to you because of what people have said about you over time. So how do you come out of this cocoon, and truly blossom, come out? We are always going to meet instances that are going to affect our esteem, but you have a choice. What do you do about it? You choose what to do about it. But let me start myself, for instance. I worked in an organization one time for 2 years. My direct boss never replied to any of my emails. He never read my reports, my monthly reports, no evaluations. I didn't know if I was performing well or if I was meeting the organization's objectives. So it left me in a place of thinking like, what am I even doing? Am I making progress? But thank God enough that I speak to myself more than allow any other person to speak to me. And that's one of the ways to overcome low self-esteem. You speak to yourself. You must always speak to yourself. As hard as it can be, you have to counter negative self-talk with what you want to see. You tell yourself what you are. You tell yourself you're not foolish. Because if somebody else's voice is louder in your head than your voice, before you know it, you become everything that they are saying. Has anybody ever had such experience before? Yes. Share with us. How did it make you feel, the negative self-talk, and how did you handle it? Okay. All right.
So, when I just went to university, just get up your seat, have your orange bag on your own. This is a personal activity. Move around, pick stones, wood, anything that in a size that represents a baggage that you think is holding you back, and put it in your bag. If they fear that you have this 100% and you can carry like you want
So there are stones here, stones in there.
nothing for you. Or you're the head of the you need to put me in two bags.
There's toilet water there. How much you gotta carry it?
There are stones there.
This is a 10-minute activity. Just go around, and it's a reflection thing because you need to be real with yourself, right? Yes, you need to be real with yourself. Take your time, think about it, carry your baggage.
And we should have a sit down and dissect the book.
Just let me know anytime. Anytime. Let's go to shopping.
Some people really don't have problems. I can see your bags are just so.
Sister, don't carry all the plans.
She's carrying a lot. Carry.
I'm not even done.
The baggages are a lot. Okay. Would you will you already take all your baggage?
My baggage is my phone.
Your baggage is your phone.
It's in my bag.
Interesting.
Sorry, your bag is small. God don't really work on you. That's good.
The bag is not the size.
Look at the size.
What happened?
So at least we don't grow.
We don't grow.
My phone. My phone was my life.
Do you know that we talk about carrying them in these orange bags, but you carry them in you every day and everywhere you go. So you hold your baggage, you hold on to it, sit with it, hold on to it till it's your baggage. Carry it. Carry your baggage. Okay. So that was that. We may come back to that.
We'll have problems carrying and we'll drop them.
Well, it depends. That's why I said reflect on your baggage, the level of that baggage. Do you want to go back and go and reinforce it? Did you lie to us with that side? Because I knew it. How can you have small baggage like this? Where did I find my own stone?
Somebody said the baggage is in the mind.
So let's just sit down, and while we're going through the rest of our program, reflect on is it heavy, or does it make you uncomfortable, that baggage that you're carrying? How does it one bottle of water in your baggage? One bottle of water.
Water is important. Water cannot be my baggage. It's at every level. Just waking up in the morning and being able to brush your teeth, that's incredible in my books and in this space. Okay, so this is a safe space. And so you're incredible, you're doing amazing things. Whether it's just brushing your teeth in the morning, people don't even have the energy to do that. Whether it's walking and whether it's getting lost in traffic and making it here finally after 2 hours. That is the fact, but you're trying. But then people are telling you, oh my God, you're doing a good job. You showed up today. You came here today, even though you did not feel like coming, you showed up. But you're like, I don't think so. I don't feel like I am like, even though everyone is telling you. So that is the kind of imposter syndrome I want to talk about. And I want to talk about it and how we can ensure that we come out of it. Because if we do not come out of it, we're not going to achieve our full potential. And the worst thing that can happen to anyone that God is not going to forgive you for is if you do not achieve your full potential. Because even though we are all equal, we are definitely not the same. We are equal, but we are not the same. We have different skills, different talents, different capabilities. So if the specific skills that have been given to you, you do not achieve your full potential in that regard, God is not going to be happy with you, and you yourself are going to be disappointed with yourself. So that's the kind of imposter syndrome I want to talk to you guys about. So let me just start by sharing my personal experience, and I'll ask all of you to tell me what you think imposter syndrome is or how you've experienced it in your life, and then now we can work together to see how we can come out of it. And everybody is saying, oh my God, you're incredible, you did this, oh my God, they're sending you to meetings, they're using acronyms, you don't understand anything about the acronym. And you're smiling and you're tapping your head, and I will go home and I'll cry till the next morning. But everyone is telling me that, you're doing incredible. Oh my God, this document has been signed because of you. And I'm not seeing it. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I'm not seeing it. I'm looking at my computer. Like
to write a simple letter, something that I would do in my sleep, would take me 5 hours because I would cancel. It needs to be perfect. I would just lose my mind. And then I just woke up one morning and my older sister, who is like my main mentor, told me that I want to start something from imposter syndrome. I said, no, I don't suffer from this kind of things. She's like, that is what it is. Because it's not like you're not doing the work. And because what happens is that because you feel like this, you feel like you're not doing the work, but everyone is praising you, you tend to work even harder. So instead of resting in the middle of the night when people are sleeping, you're there on your computer trying to check if that email, to check if the tone, if the reply that you got, if the tone was funny. Someone will just tell you, oh my god, good job. But in your mind, you're reading, let me just say it because it's luck. So even when I would succeed in something, I'll have something really huge signs. Instead to tap and say, oh my god, Nina, this is incredible, I'll be like, well, it's just luck. I was in the right place at the right time. Oh, now God, of course, now always God. But when you say now God, do not use him for your imposter syndrome, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, because I was just lucky. No, I just think it's because I was here. No, it's because of this person. And sometimes I would not take the glory. I would push someone else before. I'm like, no, it's because the High Commissioner called this person. Even though the High Commissioner called anybody. And that is it. So the difference was that I was actually doing the work, results were actually coming out, but I felt like it wasn't enough. It just, and when you feel this way, it affects everything. Your home, it affects even your friendships, because you're permanently moody. It affects how you relate with your colleagues. You feel like people are judging you, feel like people are being dishonest with you. And so when you go somewhere, instead of talking about yourself like you're supposed to talk about yourself, you reduce yourself. If you wake up in the morning and you feel like wearing a pair of jeans and a shirt, and maybe because you're improving yourself, you decide to wear dark glasses, for example, and someone is saying, narrating, no, there's somebody wearing dark glasses, do not explain yourself. Because you're
In that baggage back there you want to tell us about. It's so big. It's so big.
Very big. It's very big. It is very big. This is not serious. This is very serious.
Tell us a little bit about how it's holding you back.
It's holding me back in a lot of ways. Like, you see, at times, I'm very convinced in my spirit that this is what I'm supposed to do, but I keep pushing forward. I always bring in my mind, in a lot of excuses. Maybe I don't have the finances. Maybe I don't have who to help me. Maybe I don't have the right people to reach out to. It's like procrastination. This has held me back for for years. Because I'll have an idea. This idea is really good. I'm convinced in my spirit that if I venture into it, it will be very successful. I'll even share with some of my friends. And at the end of it, someone will use my idea. And the person will blossom it. They'll be like, I had this idea, why didn't I use it? And I had it. Yeah, my own pass the word procrastination. Maybe if there's now why I carried you one.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's one thing to admit it. And the only way, we're not there yet, but those baggages, I ask that you should hold your baggage, because admitting it is something. Some people are literally being held back for several reasons, and they don't know why. And that's why we're here today, because some people have even been going through what Nina was talking about. Nobody knew that's the thing called imposter syndrome, for example. Nobody knew that negative self-talk from other people, or negative talk from other people, can bring you down, just like Rene talked about. Like, all of these things are things that we go through, but now it's important to really start acknowledging them, because that's like the way forward from here. That's the difference between the you now and the you, say, in 2 months' time, that we're going to know, or in 3 months' time, and everything. So keep thinking about those packages, hold on to them, keep acknowledging. And if you even feel like at that time there's a particular baggage that you didn't pick up, or you didn't admit to, just get up, even while the session is going. Go and quietly pick your stone and add it on your bag and carry it, and come back and sit down. But hold on to your baggage. Okay, so I hope that we're having a good time so far. Sorry about the sun, but I feel like at some point it's going to stop.
It's
So
better
I'm
than
going to
rain.
call on the next part about something that is quite important to us. For me, it was, it was also a very difficult thought. Sometimes we are torn between being confident and giving God the glory, but there's an us that God created, and that you is what I wonder we should be able to talk about today. So I'm going to call on our next speaker who's going to talk to us about, the you, your identity in Christ when it comes to self-esteem. Queen Mother, for this time, please let's put our hands together. For those who don't know her, she's a very passionate YouTuber, and her YouTube page is really very different from most of the pages that you may come across, because she's consistently talking about Christ. And we all know that YouTube today is very difficult for you to to have those figures if that's what you're talking about. I mean, other people talk about relationships, work, this and that, and they get the figures. But then sometimes I talk with her, and I always ask her like, oh, so how many new followers today? And she's like, one. And she's like, but it means that one more person was impacted by something I put on that blog, and that's just enough. So it's not about the numbers, it's not about how many people get on board, but let's just get to listen to her and what she say. Put our hands together for her. Which camera?
We have low self-esteem. It's because we don't understand John 15:16, which says that you did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit that will last. It means that wherever God has put you, He chose you. He made you to be there. So you, or if somebody tells you that you are not capable of doing that thing, you tell yourself, as the other speakers were saying, you speak to yourself. You do, the fact that you gave me this job as my employer does not make you my God. So whatever you tell me is not who I am, because who I am is what the word of the Lord is telling me. And He says that He has chosen me, He has predestined me. So one of the things that make people to doubt themselves is because they don't also understand who God is. Because when you know your Father, He says that my sheep knows me, they hear my voice, and they are going to do whatever I say. So when you don't know who your Father is, and most of the times we say that we know God, we say that it's like, okay, I can say that I know our gym instructor, right? But I don't know the kind of things that she likes. I don't know the kind of things that she does not like. And when we do things that she does not like and she maybe reacts to it, we will term her wicked. But our God too is a principled God. So, but the good thing about Him is that He's merciful. And Him is that He loves but us the sinners. Because if you are righteous, it's good for you. We thank you. We thank God. We thank God for you. But He came for us the sinners, the unclean, the unpure. Because when I received my calling, I'm like, I don't think I am that person, yes. But God reminded me that it is you, it is your type that I love. It's your type. Because most of the times, the things that we have gone through in life, maybe you already feel like, I'm not worthy. Maybe you have been raped. Maybe you have even been accused falsely. At times, they'll tell that you're a lesbian. The way you ever dress, the way you ever see, we are suspecting you like that. Or the way maybe you don't like men, or maybe it means not that you hate men. It's just that you just want to be yourself. They'll be like, you fever like lesbian. Or maybe it's the way you grew up. People were insulting you, or they were comparing you to this person and to this person. So now there is that void in you. Or maybe you grew up without a father figure. Maybe you grew up with just seeing how people are just living anyhow, and then it just subtly gave you one identity which is not you. You grew up feeling like, okay, I need to do this so that I'll prove a point. But now, with our lives, it all surrounds around God. But now that particular connection leaves us or does not even exist if we don't have that intimacy with God. Because there is this void that you will have if you don't have the connection with God. No matter how you use all these principles we have given you, you always feel like there is an emptiness in you. There is one emptiness that only God can feel. There is that deep conviction that you know that
I will live from here. Because at times you will do this, you are going to talk to yourself, but you will see for you are going to when them all insult you, like, okay, no, I am beautiful, I know that I'm beautiful. But still, you will still believe that, no, maybe actually what she is saying is true. But when God tells you that you're beautiful, when that man tells you that, you tell yourself that you're one side, you will like, I think God like us so. No, because when God tells something about you, you believe it, you hold on to it. So when negativity comes, you shun it. Not because of the person, not because even of yourself, but because of who God has told you you are. So now, most of us, one thing that one assignment also give us is that ask God, who am I in you? Because every human being has a purpose with your own self. So self-compassion is a self-pity for you to sit and think that everything about you is going down the wrong direction. So at this point, in fact, let me just leave it. No, self-compassion is, oh dear girl, you're really trying. Can you imagine from January till December, you have lost 1 kilo? How amazing! You would have been at the same point. Yes, that's it. Because if you are not there to give yourself value, no one is going to come and give it to you.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to be able to give yourself value. You have to be compassionate towards your own self. And when we talk about the way forward, for you, we look at how you can be able to develop a sense of control over things that affect you, over things that are related to whatever it is that is your burden. How do you control? Okay, for example, if you know that there is something that triggers that a feeling, or that triggers a reaction, or that triggers an emotion, because you're already aware, how are you able to control that? What kind of things can you do to be able to control that? Is there anybody who, unfortunately, society has left us with very little, and most of the time our privileges are tied to how we look, unfortunately.
Very unfortunate.
And how we look is based on what society has defined as beauty, society standards of beauty. If a woman is beautiful, she has to have a skin color like this. If a woman is beautiful, she has to have a stomach like this. To say that a woman is beautiful, her breasts have to be like this. To say that a woman is beautiful, her butt has to be like this. And those are some of the reasons why when a woman finds herself in a body that is different from what society has defined as beautiful, she becomes.
Yes.
So if, for example, I think I read somewhere that in New York, their beauty standards are very skinny girls. Very skinny girls. I think our African men love their men chubby. So if a skinny girl comes to Africa, I myself, when I look at the girl, I'll be like, now which dry girl that? because that is not what we consider as our beauty standards. But whereas if we go there, maybe even I mean Africa, people think that, oh, you look nice, she's beautiful. Oh, Gatto. My sister Nabi, she used to love her Gatto when she was in Cameroon. She went to the US, all her teeth are filled, because that is no longer a beauty standard. Now,
Yes.
based on the society where you find yourself, people would treat you differently just because of how you look, like it or not. When they say dress how you want to be addressed, like it or not, people will treat you because of how you look. I can take a very random example. If I walked in here, right, maybe I parked my car, I was looking very nice, and I walk in
You're
with,
still looking nice, my darling.
thank you, and I walk in with one Mami Bakala, that might even be my boss. Everybody will look at me and be like, she's the one who is successful. She's the one that is probably the boss. She's the one that we should address our problems to. And even if she talks, even if she gives you an advice, our brains are formatted to listen to people that are successful, to believe more in people that are successful. If Addis, for example, brought people here that had nothing on their table, that had no clean clothes to wear, nothing, I want to assure you that no matter what she's saying, you probably ask yourself, like, but why you implement that in your life? Unfortunately, that's the truth.
Don't that granite.
Unfortunately, that's the truth.
I work a lot with young women and I always like to make them understand that you can't be anything. Now, if there's one thing about me, is I am a go-getter. I don't stop. I'm like a train. I go. I don't care what's happening. And a lot of you here, you spoke about backgrounds, like where you come from. If you saw me in 2021, even like 2022, early 2022, and I told you that I would be whatever it is I am today, you say, eh? Did they want? You say, well, on room for bonus. You don't have it for you wouldn't have believed. I was actually, my mom has 4 daughters. I'm the third. And I was actually the one with the most chastisement. The only words I remember of my mother telling me are things like, you are stupid, you are dirty, if you ever become anything, I'll change my name to dog. All of that is inside here. I don't want to talk a lot. But then I grew up in that, right? So I grew up in that space where from my 10, I say from 10 to 11 because before 10, I was living with my aunt. And with her, it was, I was really like a child. It was everything a child would say until we lost her. And then I had to go back to the village to live with my biological mom. And in my mind, when I was in town, I used to conceive my mom to be a mom until I got there and I noticed there's a chapter here, I think it's the second, and the title is Banya, because that's the way my mom treats me. She treats me like I'm her co-wife, like we're fighting over a husband. I mean, I'm 10 years old. We're not fighting over a man. I don't even know what a man is. Like, what's going on? But this is the way it was. And right from there, I got pregnant at 17. My son is 11 today. And I remember you guys we're all talking about pregnancy here. At that 17, I walked to the health center alone. My mom got up. I was on labor. I had put a mat like this. I was dying, literally. The strategy is this. There are sectors where there are jobs and there is money. The one thing I tell anybody looking for a job is
Please, let's go like this.
Okay. And I'm sorry, but I don't think that we valorize traveling a lot. It's something that changes your mindset like in different ways. And I could say
The person cannot define self. So my prayer was that as we come today, everybody should go back with something that will change their life. The next time that we want to check on each other, this person will give a testimony that it was because of she blossomed that we got to this level. So as we pop this champagne, summarily what everybody has said, be positive.
Amen.
Know that you can do it. You're worthy, you're loved, and above all, learn to encourage yourself.
We need for Jinkam.
Learn to encourage yourself, believe in yourself.
be careful, Bob.
Who are headed for this side? I feel like people always make speech, not because they want to make speech. But I try to undo. I really like that feeling. When they actually, yes, when they actually try for, But if there's one thing about She Blossom is that it's a place that we actually live there, blossom. And I told Addis that this thing is an international thing, not a Cameroon thing. And when I was dressing today, she was like, is there I said the joke with this, but you don't carry for your head. I said, because when we are going to the millions, where we are going to, be hosting this kind of things, men are going to say, this was started. But everybody has a story. And I believe that every one of us here, we are going to tell our stories the way Noe told her story today. Who you are today is not who you'll be tomorrow. So say hi to your future. Say hi. I see you. I am blossoming. I am careful.
Okay, you're turning by my way.
Okay, so there's one thing I feel. What the for you? The champagne too. No, we will not pour it. I know my shit. We go get for drink am. I know him for share. So we are going to empty our glasses so that we can have cups. So just believe that it's a glass. My glass is empty. Man, let me help this. So there's one. That's what they hold up. There's one last thing that I want to. Mama, be here, not rich. Thank you very much. Thank you. And where's Delma? There's one last thing that I want to say, and I think that. Thank you.
Queen Mother, you have gone this other way. This
Yes,
other way.
if you don't believe in
Go like
yourself
that. This
because
Larissa
of
is here.
something someone did to you or said to you, here's a thought for you. People project on others even without knowing.
Let's put like a plenty.
Yeah. And I don't mean to justify when you see an abusive
Come and get
husband
that. Have you saved
or
yourself?
an abusive father or an abusive boss. Those people went
Thank
through
you.
themselves. It does not justify what they are doing to you. Thank you. But that's the reality. But I say that because you need to learn not to take what they do to you as a you thing. It's a them thing. That's the reality of it. And we have markers there, so please just sign if you agree to that pledge, and we will keep it as our own small souvenir to do better. I'm looking for a cup. So it's already on our feet as we. So we are going to toast to us blossoming. We'll toast to we are beautiful. We can do it and we will do it. We are toasting to beautiful and wonderful families. We are toasting to directors, ministers, presidents, international workers. We are toasting to our future, and we are toasting to money. As we will say, much money. As I said today, money reduces prayer points. There's a prayer point that you will not do when you have money. You know, so much money. And our brothers who are also with us, we are toasting also with them. So let us toast. Thank you very much for being here. Yes. So we are blossoming. She blossom. She blossom. I am rich. Just affirm yourself. I am beautiful. I am rich. I'm smart. I am handsome. I am intelligent. I am brave. Yes.
She went ahead to put it. That's what we're all here today.
The road that we are running with it.
And let's pray that
Amen.
with all of this effort, this baby is going to come out like this. She will blossom.
She will blossom.
So let's celebrate her. Celebrate her.
Wow.
So I hope you loved the video. Please, if you did, do subscribe, comment, and of course, like, share. Someone might love it. And please let me know in the comment section which session do you want to see uploaded first. Because of time, because of space, I do not want you to watch a whole day in one video. So what I'm going to be doing is uploading one video or one session at a time. Bye bye.